Hi, welcome to another episode of That's the Thing, Accent Core plus R. It is episode .6, and it is Friday, February the 4th?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, because that makes sense. Because it's like next week, it's the 11th on February, and that's when like the Magic set will be out.
Yeah. So that math checks out.
Yeah.
I'm Drew,
I'm
he's
Kevin.
Kevin,
Yeah.
and Nolan's not here yet.
Yeah, he'll either show up or not. That's just kind of I generally just start things at 11 and then I go and then you can just join in.
And then we go. You, the viewer, also get to
Yeah,
join in.
you gotta come on board our Magic School
Insert,
Bus.
insert your fun comment here, viewer.
Yeah. What's your favorite episode of Magic School Bus or book of Magic School Bus?
So I never really read the books, and what I remember of the movie, the cartoon episodes, that's like the first time I remember falling asleep in class.
My favorite of the
We
classic.
were watching it in the library in elementary school, and I fell asleep. I just remember waking up at the end of the movie and being like, oh, okay. I guess I'll never know how they got outside of Robbie's body.
Did they go out through the anus after all?
I would say probably the episode where they make a robot Robbie.
My classic
Robbie's
Magic School Bus
right.
I always liked was the water cycle one because it had really good pictures. That was classic Magic School Bus that didn't have the art style of the TV show, or it was like modified. And I really liked that book because they had like, here's how like the water filtration works, and you get to see, and they did like one of those diagrams where they kind of show the cutaway, and you get to see all like the layers and how the water gets filtered through them. And I'm like, oh, that's neat.
That's fun and educational.
I still always like drawing diagrams of like machinery and stuff that's like half taken apart, where like they took like a slice of cake and they just like they removed it and you get to see all the insides.
Yep, those are always cool.
I am a sucker for those in any form. Like whenever it's like, here's like the X-wing, and then we're gonna take a chunk off of it, and now we're gonna show all the fiddly bits inside. I'm like, ooh, that's cool.
Yep.
I think my favorite episode, the one that keeps me that's trapped in my head of that cartoon was where like Miss Frizzle had to do like an athletic competition with someone against like the other school, and for some reason like the kids coach kept saying don't breathe. They're like, no, just strain, stop breathing. She was like, her like lactic acid was building up and she was losing it because they're just like, no, struggle harder, stop breathing. That's for suckers. You just gotta get in there, just don't breathe. And that for some reason that's in my head forever of like I get that's what you're trying to say is like, this is how the body uses oxygen and metabolizes things. So breathing is important, especially when doing stress. But it's like such a ridiculous situation.
Yeah, but also there are kids out there who like won a race and they happen to like think they held their breath for part of it, so now they think holding their breath makes them go super fast.
Or when someone's trying to lift heavy weights and you see them like struggling in their grits, they're not breathing. Where you get
they're putting their groin into it.
Yeah, their lower back. Yeah, they're jerking that lower back from side to side, just getting in there.
Really groin it out.
And it's but that episode is stuck in my brain. Like I understand like the popular choice is the one where it's like the salmon spawning and then they get put a semen put on them because that's how salmons mate. And they show like
I thought the popular choice was where they go to space.
Oh, and Arnold takes off his helmet?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, yeah, listen, those are like the basic Magic School Buses. We go for like the advanced Magic School Bus.
Miss Frizzle has to have like, let's be real, she has to have Dr. Venture-esque cloning pods in that bus,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, several of them have died.
Like, she just has to.
I mean, Arnold, whenever his head crystallized or whatever, he's dead. Like,
Yeah.
let's be real, he is dead. That kid died. That's why Arnold hates going on those trips, because he has some, like, lingering genetic memory of that he died.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Miss Frizzle's like, no, don't worry, he's better. I cleaned up some... The kid was a ticking time bomb of cancer. He's fine. He's better now.
Kids gotta learn about the water cycle somehow. It's either going to a remedial class or facing death itself.
No, that's why this is the remedial class.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting read on the Magic School Bus.
Regular kids don't have to take these...
They don't have to take these magical adventures?
Nope.
They can just read the book and get like,
Yep.
yeah, that's how the water cycle works. It's like, no, this
Like, oh.
Ralphie has to experience it. He has to become the salmon and then get like, the only way he's gonna know how salmons reproduce is being laid an egg from the bus salmon and then get like the man salmon that jizzes on him, because that's how salmons do it, like frogs.
Yep. Caviar.
Yeah. And then he has to hatch and then, like, swim through the salmon. Like, he must become the salmon, live an entire life, start
and die a salmon.
and die a salmon. Yeah, like, his consciousness slowly fades where he forgets his human name and he is just salmon. And then at the end of the day, he wakes up and they're like, time to go to lunch. And they're eating salmon.
Wait, what?
Oh.
I have lived 1,000 lifetimes.
I have become salmon. Man, I liked the Magic School Bus.
Yeah, I still do. Have you ever seen any of the new one?
I have not.
So Miss Frizzle's sister is now teaching the class because Miss Frizzle's doing something else. I don't remember what.
Probably going to a graduate degree.
No, I can't remember exactly what it is. But anyway, so now her sister, Miss Frizzle, is in charge of the class, and she's, I think also learning a little something about herself, too.
Oh, so she's trying to become the Frizz.
That, or I think, I don't know. I've seen like a couple episodes in the background.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm not the target demographic for that show.
Apparently, I'm looking at the wiki. Dr. Frizzle got a PhD and retired from murdering
whatever. Children.
Yeah, so she did go into like academia.
Yeah.
What if she was hired by this SCP Foundation for her knowledge of thermaturgy?
What if she was hired by the medical group from Malignant?
Oh yeah, talk about Malignant.
Have you seen this movie?
I know what it is, but I have not watched it.
So, before the podcast started, dear listener, we, as in Kevin and I, were talking about watching things not made for us and how that's all we want to watch.
Yeah.
Or how that's all Kevin want to watch.
Well, it's not made for us, it's made for no one. It's very specific, because there's stuff that's made for people that I don't like, I don't want to watch. I want to watch someone where you're looking at it like, this is made for nobody.
Listen, now, you may have heard of being comfortably numb, but let me tell you about being enjoyably dumb.
Yeah!
Okay, so in the first 10 minutes of the movie, your brain will tell you, oh, it's an evil psychic tumor.
Yeah.
And you will be correct the entire way through the movie, but the movie goes one step beyond.
Oh, I know what happens in that movie, and I saw I think it was because I don't have access. I'm not gonna watch it, but I've seen
it's your kind of movie, Kevin.
I did see the Matrix fight scene in the. I think me and Nolan talked about maybe some parts of this, but the Matrix fight scene in the police officer.
Yeah.
Where the backwards head monster just starts doing karate.
It's so funny to me, dude. That whole fight scene switches from the backwards man fight, like being total like the one badass kung fu murder machine to like frantically scrambling away because they're shooting at him.
Well,
He's
that's
like, ah.
yeah. Like even Monster can't handle gun. That's rough. Like, oh god.
I'm like, oh my god. The best part of it is so he's killed basically the whole precinct except for like the two detectives who are investigating the case, who are like, they're also now trying to flee, and we think that's what he's doing too, the monster man. And he gets to like the windows and picks up a chair and starts to hurl it, and you're like, oh, okay, he's gonna like throw it through the window and flee. But then he keeps spinning and just chucks it like all the way across the room and hits both of them with the chair.
Hell
It's like,
yeah.
oh no.
Yeah, so like from what I can gather, just my gleaming, Malignant is the kind of film that I've always said, or like it would be my dream to come in on like some kind of horror movie and then jazz it up, and then it just turns into the dumbest movie that has ever been. Or
That is 100%.
or like they have like this like hour long like kind of mediocre Blumhouse thing, and then it's like, let me spice this up a bit, and then it just turns stupid. It turns somehow stupider than you're just like, oh no.
And like, God, just how the thing moves varies so much between like sick parkour and just dumb floppiness.
Oh, that's great. Where it's like at each scene, it's like, is this thing like Neo, or is this thing can barely stand?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
why.
trying to find a better picture of this thing. Like the part I want where it's like, so apparently they were twins in vitro, and then she absorbed him.
Yeah, it's a Rusty Venture.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, because spoilers for the Venture Brothers, but I'm pretty sure most people.
Oh, they know.
Rusty's a clone. So Jonas Jr. is really just like genetic garbage. Yeah, from getting cloned too many times.
Hell
The same way we saw the Dean clone have some problems too. So in a way, Jonas Jr. is like also Rusty's son.
I don't like, no. I mean, I get it, but that's not how I see it. Listen, if you come out the same, you're no.
Listen, Kevin, it's poetry. It rhymes.
It rhymes. It is poetry. It rhymes. That's what I like to see. I like the poetry. It rhymes. But yeah, like.
And like, but anyway, so I just posted a picture of.
Oh
Gabriel.
yeah, because that's what it looks like.
Yeah, and so like.
It's like Quado.
Yeah, Kelsey had some problems with the movie where she got frustrated because he can also apparently absorb and use control.
Yeah, he has lightning powers. Yeah, he has.
And they never explain how. And I'm like, no, that's a valid complaint. They're just like riding on the trope of like somehow mutated brains can control energy. Like, they're not explaining how he's doing it, or even that's why they're doing it. They're literally just like relying on people to be familiar with this trope, a la Hellzone or whatever, starring Christopher Walken.
I always felt like, I mean, from my high Nolan, we're talking about Malignant.
Gosh, oh, thank God.
Talking about Gabriel.
It feels like they wanted to try to write in. They wanted to write in like maybe it's a demon and not a backwards tumor man. But then they couldn't have a reason why, so they just said he has superpowers, and that's why he was able to talk through the radio and stuff. It's not like demon energy.
So, Drew, in the first, like, I don't know, 10 minutes of the movie, were you extremely confused?
Like, what, you mean the cutting so fast from, the hospital to then her having miscarriages?
Also that, but also on top of it, how weird the opening is,
Not really. I just took it to be like, oh, okay, they're trying to establish, like, kind of what the monster is. They my brain just cataloged it as, oh, it's the SCP Foundation. That was a little wrong, but not that far off. My bigger issue, and also Kelsey's issue, was like at the end of the movie where Gabriel's trying to kill the biological mother and the adoptive sister. What got our main protagonist to actually care and fight Gabriel is like, he killed your unborn babies. It doesn't matter that these living people that raised you and you've grown up loving are in mortal danger. It's like, no, but he killed your unborn babies. It's like, I have to kill Gabriel.
He's been sucking out their life.
That was giving him power. So, I thought that was a weird pro-life moment in the movie.
Yeah. No, there you go. What is more sacred than a fetus, Drew?
Gabriel.
Yeah.
He's like a living fetus.
Well, yeah,
fetus.
he is the fetus. He's like the parasite that's growing on you. He's causing.
I don't know about you, but like I walked into it expecting a horror movie, and I just couldn't stop laughing.
Yep, same. Did I miss anything? Did they explain how he had psychic electricity powers?
No, they didn't. He just has them. He just has them because he's another because he's a monster.
Yeah, he's a monster. Monsters
doesn't make sense.
Monsters have powers.
Also, I don't get why they I felt like they could have cut more of Gabriel out of her.
Yeah.
I don't understand, Kevin. You have not seen the part where they cut off his arms and they're cutting out ribs and cutting off as much as they can, and then they're just shoving Gabriel's face into her skull and closing it up. They left his whole face.
Oh fuck! It's so good.
Get in there. Get in there, Gabriel.
No, just get in there. Like you know.
It's your home now.
Listen, so the big question is did he make it funny on purpose?
The director or Gabriel?
The director. Or did you do it on accident? Oh wait, before I do that, what about the fight scene?
Which ones?
When Gabriel escapes and he just murdered everybody. And the cop is the dumbest person who shows up. So she gets locked up for being a suspected murderer and just put in with general lockup, which I don't think that's how that works. Oh, it's not.
And of course, she's getting bullied by the other general lockup girls.
Yeah, well, of course, they're the mean prisoner, the mean girl prisoners.
Taken from other space parts of time and space, and put into a jail cell.
Yeah.
Because there's disco chicks and some biker girls. I'm like, what the fuck has been going on in this town?
Yeah, yes, clearly Gabriel's not the only aberration in this village.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point.
All the shit going
monsters. You got all the monsters, like Disco Lady.
Pushing her around. And
he means full on platform heels, gold jumpsuit, big afro.
Yeah, she's a time traveler. She's a crime traveler. She traveled through time to commit crime.
But, so of course, Gabriel then winds up brutally murdering everyone in general lockup. And, the cop shows up finally after someone screaming for help. And, tries to shoot Gabriel, who just holds up a corpse to absorb the bullets and just keeps walking towards the cop, who arms are through the bars to shoot.
Hell yeah.
And he's just not. He's like, no, I'm gonna do the whole gun into this corpse. It'll kill you.
Drew, let's be honest. Let's turn our chairs around. And let's
The cop thought they had their taser out.
I was gonna say that's like the blatant police stupidity is like the most realistic part of this movie. Like let's be real. Like that's a bit of grounded realism that we need in our backwards tumor psychic electric power movie.
No, exactly. No, listen, it's so real what cops would actually do that they get into a big old kung fu fight in the middle of the precinct.
But I can imagine there's like a precinct out there with a bunch of guys like, man, dude, if there's like a backwards monster, I'd just like kick its ass. Like you can think it. Do you think that conversation's happened? It's happened.
Neo got shit on me.
Dude, I'd like shoot it so good. Right? You don't even understand. So even if it had a knife it made out of a trophy and it was running backwards at me.
It's just a knife. It's like the Assassin's Creed bladey thing. Like it's a punch knife. Did you? We talked about this. Did you also lose it when he chucked the chair clear across the room?
Oh fuck yeah! I was getting so hyped. I screamed, yeah!
Also, I have to say, Gabriel told it like it was, where like he mentioned something about like her shitty marriage, and then later it's like, oh, the dumb bitch didn't even know I was nesting in her attic. It's like Gabriel gets it. He's telling it like it is.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a reason like the name Gabriel means the voice of God.
No, it seems like I like it when the monster villain is the most likable character in the film. Where you're like, nah, he's great.
But more Gabriel.
He will return in Malignant 2.
No, they set it up for there to be a Malignant 2.
Yeah.
It's like Venom.
I hope to God there's a Malignant 2.
God, it ends with him getting put in psychic jail.
Oh, that means he can come out.
Okay, Kevin, he gets put into the fucking Nine-Tails jail.
Hell yeah! Oh, that means she's gonna, in the sequel, she has to, like, fuse with him.
No, like, the fucking jail bars come up.
Oh, that's good! That's really good! Oh, that's exciting!
So I was really kind of hoping it was going to end Ghost in the Shell style, where they fuse into a new consciousness. But I guess they got to save something for the sequel.
Because now she's an SCP agent, and she has to use Gabriel to capture other creatures.
So what's gonna happen is
Madara Uchiha's gonna attack, and they're gonna.
Yeah,
Gabriel's the only one able to fight.
I mean,
Uchiha's.
I feel like I'm on the same wavelength as this movie, because can you not vision this fight scene where the climactic battle, because in Malignant 2, she's having to fight, like, 2 other Malignants, so Gabriel has to, like, pop out of her back, and they're doing, like, a back-to-back kung fu scene, where, like, she's fighting the front villain, and then he, with his little quado arms, is fighting the back villain, and they're, like, switching places, and it's really, like...
switching back and forth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he doesn't have those anymore, unless that's going to be the dramatic, like, Tin Shinhan just, like, erupting.
Oh, no, that's back. That's the new power he gains whenever they reconcile their differences. They can manifest more of himself out of himself.
Okay, so let's be real. Malignant 2, it's gonna open with her getting the rest of the Gabriel tumor cut out, and it's gonna then somehow implant itself into someone else's brain.
Well, no, she's gonna have a baby.
Her child.
She will have a proper baby, and the baby will be Malignant 2.
Oh, fuck yeah, here, I found it.
Oh, so it's a Nightmare on Elm Street.
The dream child.
Yeah, is that 5? 3 is Warriors, 4 is Dream Master, and 5 is Dream Child.
I think so.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I've only seen the first Nightmare on Elm Street, and I was like, I'm good.
Skip 2, but then 3 is arguably the best.
Yeah.
But and then 4 and 5 and 6 also just get the same way Friday the 13th. They just get campier and dumber up until you reset with Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and then they reset to the crappy Rorschach starring Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
And somehow my brain always tries to say Freddy vs. Jason is a PG-13 movie, even though I know that's not true.
Well, that's because Alien versus Predator was a PG-13
Yeah.
movie. So, like, your brain goes X versus Y is PG-13.
Freddy vs. Jason 2, Leprechaun versus Chucky. When's that coming?
Hell yeah,
It's
all in
time.
on Leprechaun.
Right after Michael Myers versus Ghost.
Ghostface.
Oh yeah, Ghostface Killer.
Yeah. No, yes. Oh,
Yes.
now I'm in. I am in. The Wu-Tang Clan has to fight Michael the Shape. No, that's a movie.
The ancient protectors of mankind.
Yeah, the Wu-Tang. Evil dies tonight.
What
Yo,
was I
Blizzard,
gonna...
Evil dies tonight, and they pull out like a bunch of nunchucks
Yeah.
and like katanas.
One guy has just like a throwing star, but he's trying to act like it's like something, like a sword. It's like, I got something.
Oh, I'm glad someone else watched Malignant too.
God. Okay, so I recommend it to everyone, and just how stupid it is, though. It's the right kind of
It's
stupid.
I'm trying to remember. It's the director of what was it?
The Conjuring series. He's
Yes.
the creator of the Conjuring universe, and something else.
Didn't he do
I
Bagul?
think Annabelle. Annabelle.
Insidious. Yep. Yeah, this is
Oh.
definitely closer to an Insidious than a Conjuring.
Where's Bagul? Is this Bagul? Is the Conjuring Bagul?
That's
No.
what Gabriel's gonna have to fight in the next movie.
Oh man, Bagul shows up. I'm good. Oh, there we go.
Insidious versus Malignant.
Yeah. Yeah, Bagul has to merge with Gabriel to create Gabagool. It's the new villain. Anyway,
Gabriel.
yeah. Anything else you want to talk?
Or
Yeah, just-
Gabriel.
what-
Oh yeah, did you already go over Sonic?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't went there yet.
No, this has all been Malignant.
Yeah, we talked about the Magic School Bus and Malignant. That's basically what we've talked about for roughly 30 minutes.
That's a good talk from Malignant. Because this
Yeah.
is exactly what I explained to my other friends about how dumb this movie was.
Oh, it's so dumb. So dumb. But yeah, Sonic Racing is Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing is currently like $250 on Steam.
That's a good game.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, is that the
So-
Danica Patrick one?
No.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
Danica Patrick's in that one.
Is she in
Okay.
the regular one?
Yeah, that's the regular one. I said
Yeah.
not transformed.
Okay. I'm sorry. I get confused.
It's Sonic All-Stars Racing transformed. It's Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, Danica, I don't think there's probably some mods that add her back in, but I also don't think Robo Sonic is available on the Steam version either. The Steam version, I'm not gonna lie, has some problems. You cannot configure your control layout to be what you want it, so it just defaults to Kevin's preferred.
Good.
But I like having the gas on the A or the X button.
Oh, so yeah, you're doing more
Mario Kart,
Yeah, Mario Kart.
less Forza.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. Oh yeah, it's about to leave. So yeah, I'm gonna grab this real quick.
There's definitely some also like issues where a character in their victory poses, their pupils are flickering.
Yeah, well it's a 360 game. They're gonna have some aliasing.
Yeah. I haven't actually looked to see if there's. Oh, also every time you try to launch it, it asks you, do you want to play Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing, or do you want to do Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing config? And it's like, oh, all right.
No, I love the config.
Yeah. I need to actually look and see if there's graphical settings you can mess with or not, but
a Lappy can run it without doing anything.
Yeah, it probably can. A Lappy can probably run a 360 game.
Yeah,
I don't know.
especially a solid state drive.
Oh, mine can't. Mine is dying. My laptop is struggling with, like, whenever I turn on Magic the Gathering or, like, a Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, this is also fun. I plugged my headphones into it when I first started trying to play, and it still kept pumping the sound out of the speakers.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow.
Nah, that's the Yakuza money charm.
Mm-hmm.
They're letting you have it. It's a good game.
Yeah, there's no graphical settings.
Hell yeah. Just in there.
Yeah, it's either you can run it as it is or get out of here.
Let's see.
What have you been doing, Nolan?
There's not too much. I'm still on my trying to watch stuff kick.
All right.
So I recently started watching Young Justice again.
I liked Young Justice.
I did too. I remember watching the first season. I enjoyed it. The second season's real good. I am in the third season now, and it's okay.
I think isn't the third season the one where like they came back like years later, so you're gonna have some like.
Yeah, that's the one they made for, I think it was like DC Online.
Yeah, like the DC fandom, whatever.
So is it like after Wally's heroic sacrifice?
Yes, it's 2 years after.
Which I'm fine with if that one's gonna have a little bit of rust on it, because it's always the revival's gonna have a little problems.
There's already a time skip in the original run of Young Justice, right?
Yeah,
it's at
because that's when Robin becomes
season
Nightwing.
1.
And like Wally stops being the like Kid Flash.
Yeah.
And then like Impulse shows up and he's faster than him and like he feels crappy about it. Am I making that up or is that
no?
right?
That's a
exactly
thing.
Right.
Okay. No, this is not the thing.
Yeah. Season 2 starts with, season 3 starts with, okay, all that stuff happened. They saved the world. Fucking a bunch of people from the Justice League retire. Aqualad's the new Aquaman. Robin left. McGann's leading the team.
Oh, Eggplant Wizard.
Yeah. And the weirdest one is Beast Boy is now like a Hollywood actor on a Star Trek show.
Okay.
And he's just gone completely. And he wants to use social media to talk to kids about
Hell yes.
superpowers.
Hell yeah. I love it. I like
this. I like this season more because it's got a lot more apocalypse stuff, but the story's overall just okay.
Okay.
They're really pulling in characters. Oh, this is actually a cool part. Beast Boy goes into like a catatonic state where he's like fucking dying, and in his like hallucinations, he hallucinates Teen Titans Go, but it's the Doom Patrol.
Oh, that's cool.
Made by the Teen Titans Go guys, because like, yeah, we'll do it.
Oh, that's clever.
I like that.
I like that a lot. I always like it when they do stuff like that's cool. I hear that the Doom Patrol show is good. I just haven't watched
that.
It.
Doom Patrol show is real good. And it's the turn of one of my favorite actors, Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser as like Robot Man or something.
I want him to be in more stuff. I want him to be in George of the Jungle 3 now.
Oh, yeah. Finally, the schlubby middle-aged representation I crave.
George no longer has bad English.
George has a bad hairline.
George has worked on it for years. He's very good now.
And I only criticize his hairline because I criticize my own.
What else? I just sat down. I finally watched I'm watching the final season of Attack on Titan now.
Okay.
Which, yeah, I mean, I know how it goes. It's good. Ranking of Kings is still fucking great.
I need to catch up on that still.
Dude, it's so good. Listen, I'm a big manly man, all right, and this show makes me feel a lot of emotions, like getting real sad and like, oh god, oh, it breaks my heart.
Boji teaches us you don't have to be a big manly man, Nolan.
No, it's
You need to be a kind man.
that's what a true king is. But everyone doesn't like him. Oh,
Poor Boji.
fuck. Bochi's so great. Fucking. And then what's the other one? Basaki Bisco is the other one I watched. It's what was it? Okay, so Japan's been turned into like a rust wasteland because
Oh,
of,
that's that weird one.
yeah.
I know what that's the one with like the hippos with the guns on them.
Yes.
The giant crab.
Big crab. The next episode is it's a hermit crab like battleship that has a shrine on top of it that they have to fight next. The story so far is meh, but all the designs from like the background to the cities to just the landscape look so good. Like, oh my god. I kind of want to see where it goes, and I hope it turns out to be real good. But yeah. Oh yeah. Also, the main guy it's a doctor and a mushroom hunter who's trying to find the mushroom to eat up all the rust and turn Japan
Back to normal.
back to normal and not a rusted wasteland desert.
Okay.
And the doctor just wants to find a cure for his sister, who's got like rust poisoning.
Yeah, like
Cutting it.
as you get.
Beyond that. Oh, and I finally watched Twilight New Moon.
Which one is that? Is that where Jacob?
That's the werewolf one.
Yeah, that's where Team Jacob is introduced.
And I'm like, wow, Team Jacob should have won because he's not like an asshole
Well, yeah,
at all.
of course, people love him. He's a werewolf.
Okay, so this movie was obviously written for children,
Oh yeah, no.
middle schoolers.
All of my Twilight criticisms are this is a thing made for like middle school girls, and I, as like a middle-aged man, or even as a man child from like I don't know, like age 12, this was never for me. So if someone's out there and they're like they're like, yeah, I like Twilight when I was like a 12-year-old girl, I'm like, yeah, that's fine. That's my Twilight disclaimer.
Oh no, like we've been watching it and Nikki's having a awakening like, oh god, this is stupid.
Well, I'm not gonna say
no, this is bad.
Oh no! That's just to quantify that criticisms will be made. But I'm not criticizing the person for liking it.
No,
because I can
criticizing
get
it because it's there could be kid stuff that can be good.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
And this is not it.
No.
This is horribly written and awful. This is. It feels like what a middle schooler thinks high school is.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
like
so
seniors
good.
And they're like, oh man, we're gonna read. Oh, it's like, oh yeah, finally they're doing Romeo and Juliet. Oh man.
Oh man, who's gonna kiss?
That's awesome. Who's gonna kiss? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Edward knows all the lines to the final scene of Romeo and Juliet. Isn't he so romantic? I'm like, it's Romeo and Juliet.
Nice Lancer like notification.
Yeah, thank you.
Continue.
He's like, yeah, it's fucking Romeo and Juliet. If you've read it, you know it's not like, oh, thank goodness, it's so sweet and happy. It's like, oh no, it's a tragedy.
No, it's kind of bad.
It's awful. It's supposed to be sad. It's not supposed to be like, oh my god,
Yeah,
so lovely.
but they kiss.
But as a child, you don't understand this.
Oh, listen, Nolan, you get to see boobies in the movie version when you're in school.
You get to see underage boobies is more important.
Yeah,
That's so weird. Oh. How's that specific movie not been taken down yet?
Nah,
How does it work?
Is it a product of its time?
No, it's because it's a vaguely related like thing to an English class that they can just show and take a break. Like yeah, there's some movies where they're just like it's like how I don't know. I think we watched like all of Roots in like it was either like late elementary or middle school because the teacher just really wanted a break. So for a week they just said history classes were just turning on Roots.
All right, all February.
Yep.
Roots.
Yep. We're just gonna take every like we're like here you go.
And then the kid turns in the back, raises his hands like, "You mean we can't watch My Friend Martin?" And everyone goes, "Yeah, let's watch My Friend Martin."
We're gonna watch Black Dynamite for Black History Month.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We're gonna do it.
Anyway, Twilight New Moon sucks, and I'll get to the other ones in a bit.
Yeah.
What about Twilight New Moon Part 2?
What about Twilight Revengeance?
Of the Sith.
It's the werewolf punching the vampire, and then you hear "Standing here, I realize you."
See, that's why, that's what I'm saying. That's why they need the malignant treatment. Where like I got ideas. I could turn your bland movie into art. Just implement my thoughts. Put like psychic monster fights in the middle of it, and you're good.
Oh yeah. Also, there's something about vampires. They all have like a psychic special ability.
Yeah, doesn't one of them have this psychic ability to negate other psychic abilities?
Yeah, that's the main character.
Yeah, that's always the main characters is they have the null power.
Damn it! I didn't want to go back this. Okay, so the main character in this movie is Bella Swan.
Yeah.
And all the guys want her.
Of course.
Like, everyone. Like, not the werewolves, the vampire, the humans are like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I want to date her.
She's
so cool.
she's your self-insert. So your 12-year-old dork girl can be like, I have all the power.
I want to be very clear. She's the most boring fucking woman in this entire movie, and I don't understand why guys would be like, oh my god.
Oh, because it's an isekai.
Yeah, you can't isekai with an established character.
Yeah, you gotta have the blank slate so you could say, I'm Kirito the Black Swordsman.
That makes sense. Okay, that's true, but at some point Kirito becomes the Black Swordsman. He doesn't stay like shitty and awful through the entire movie and not do anything.
Well, listen, Nolan, sometimes some people need to be shitty and awful so they can put themselves into that situation. It's more real.
She's essentially Kazuma.
Yeah.
That doesn't grow as a person.
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, whatever.
So she's Kazuya.
Yeah, Kazuya.
There you go.
She has no redeeming qualities, and it's so weird. Oh, at some point she gets really depressed and disappears for 3 months, and so she calls one of her friends, and her friends that she's known for like 2 years. It's like, who is this? Bella Swan? I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah, 3 months is forever when you're in high school, Nolan.
That's what I'm saying.
It feels like summer camp.
It feels like it was a middle school writing what high school actually is. Once again, it feels like a really bad fan.
Of it right.
Jesus
That's the joke.
Oh.
See, now I'm mentally creating my own Twilight fan fiction canon where my self-insert discovers that all their vampires are there and decides to try to be Blade, but it's just me, so it's very ineffective and bad. It's just me showing up and yelling, some motherfuckers trying to ice skate uphill. And they're just looking at me. And then I go, and I just walk away.
Also, this is just a me thing because I watch too much anime and shit. Is the main character Edward, the main vampire. His power is to read minds. But he loses every fight.
Oh man, that sucks.
I know, right?
Oh, he should be really hard to fight. The only way you should be able to do that is if you do like the Yusuke Urameshi or Ultra Instinct him, where you just go, fuck it, I don't know what I'm doing.
It's like I'm gonna throw right straight stuff just before I hit his face, and he's like, oh, that's what you're gonna do. Oh my god, he's so fast.
Yep.
That's it. Oh fuck. Oh,
It.
exactly
He
it.
just keeps thinking it over and over and over at him. I'm like, God, I'm so scared.
Oh my god. That's exactly it.
Oh, I
See,
love
so
you,
someone
Yu
needs to go back in time and just show Stephanie Meyer Yu Yu Hakusho and say, this is how you do fight scenes.
Yes, this is it.
No, we need to show the lady who wrote, whatever it's called, the 50 Shades of Grey Yu Yu Hakusho, so she can write bad fanfic of that.
Oh,
Oh,
that'd
yeah.
be, yeah. Yeah, you have the businessman and then he activates like the fishing box that makes him into Yoko
What are you talking
Kurama.
about? There's already American Yu Yu Hakusho. It's called Ghost.
Oh yeah, Ghost. I heard that Ghost was like good in the British form and not good in the American form.
That's what I also hear. But I don't care enough to watch either one.
No,
I might try the
Talking
British
about
one.
the Patrick Swayze one, are we?
no, we're talking. It's like a sitcom
No.
where like a lady gets like a house and then she falls down and then she can see all the ghosts that lived in the house.
Yeah,
and
she
shenanigans.
dies but comes back to life, so now she sees
Oh,
ghosts.
okay. Yes, okay. I've heard of this show. Whoever was telling me about it enjoyed it, but I don't remember who was telling me.
I
about
feel,
it.
but this is one of those shows where it's like there's British Office and American Office.
And you know which one's the better one.
Yeah,
America.
yeah, that's right. I don't know. I haven't seen either, but I just know.
American Office is better because the British one I think is just too Ricky Gervais.
Okay, I'll be completely straight with you. At one point in my life, like during college, like I'm 18. I'm watching Netflix on my Nintendo Wii,
Hell yeah.
and I see The Office, and I watch, I don't know, like the entire series
Which one?
of the American Office, like all the
Yeah.
seasons, where it was like
Yeah.
really big. I can't remember anything about it. A single thing. I can't remember a single episode. I remember some bits, but I can't remember that show at all.
To me, the best way to enjoy that show is you just watch random YouTube clips.
But I only watched the first episode of English Office, and I remember that perfectly because it's so funny.
So I think the first episode of the two are kind of the same. Because I know season 1 of American Office is much closer to British Office than later seasons are. Because they had to then differentiate themselves.
I mean, it's more like the boss is trying to impress the regional manager that's coming in.
Yeah.
He's being goofy and fun with his employees,
Yeah.
which I'm in office setting. Leave me alone.
Okay, so there is a really good episode of The American Office where Steve Carell, the office manager, and the regional office manager take the mayor or like someone in like a city council position out to dinner to try to get like the business for the city, basically, of like supplying all the paper that they need. And the whole time he's embarrassing the hell out of her with like everything, like all the stupid garbage he's doing, and she hates it. But he's also just getting the client drunk and making sure he's having a good time, and he winds up getting the deal. And she hates it at the end. She's just like, what the hell? How'd you do this? It's like, he's a good salesman. He's a bad manager, but he's a good salesman. Why he got promoted in the first place. I have not watched that much of The Office. It got put on like the background rotation for Kelsey to watch it a while ago because she likes it and has watched it a few times. But Peacock only had up until like before Steve Carell leaves the series.
I've just been watching Seinfeld with my dad. It's pretty good.
Same show.
I'm still waiting for Kramer's epic hentai adventure as chronicled in Newgrounds, but I don't think that episode's gonna happen.
Okay, there's a YouTube video out that's pretty good where it starts with Kramer being like, "Oh no, I was supposed to pick up Newman from the zoo 2 hours ago," or whatever, that like, and then it just cuts to Newman in Jurassic Park where he's like falling down the hill in the rain.
I know that like he wears the same jacket in like both shows. There's like some like in one of the later seasons or something. He just wears like the Jurassic Park show like jacket. It's just like yeah.
But it's a good cut because that's also all I see him is, as Newman.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, Seinfeld is every character in Seinfeld is them from Seinfeld. Like he's George.
Except Elaine. I don't know. Somehow Elaine can camouflage herself. I think it's just her hair.
Well, yeah, because her hair was up, and then like in the Louis Dreyfus, like she wore it down, and then it's like not Elaine.
And also like New Adventures of Old Christine. She has like straight hair.
That's what I was getting at. Like her hair, like that's a big change. Or the rest of them, it's like nah. You will always be George.
Yep. Even in the Snow White made for TV movie starring Brandy, you're still George
Costanza. That is you now.
I saw the made for TV. Sorry, not Snow White, Cinderella, starring Brandy for the first time a couple weeks ago.
You mean the best live action Cinderella?
Yep, sure do.
Hands down.
The best part of Osmosis Jones is where he says, Brandy, I mean, whatever her character name is. And they left it in the movie because it was funny.
Good. Video game news. Boop. Sony bought Bungie.
Yeah.
Or at least they started the process to buy Bungie.
I think that is actually a better business decision than Microsoft buying Blizzard, because Sony does not have like a first-person shooter whatever developer in their catalog.
Yeah.
Even though I don't really like Destiny, but I get like Sony would be like, yo, we need a Destiny. And that makes sense. Yeah. Like, I get that. I still think there's money on the table that none of them have, like...
You can buy it. We'll sell. Then we'll just start a new podcast the next week called Tennessee Trash.
Yep. Gets the excuse.
Yes.
But I was going to say, the Konami must be asking for too much for, like, their franchises.
They have to, man.
Like, because it seems like such an easy thing that one of them would just be like, all right, now we own Metal Gear, Castlevania, and
Silent
Hill. Yeah, like we'll buy. They must be saying like
Apis
way
Escape.
too much.
Don't forget Apis Escape.
Oh yeah, and
that's the most important one.
And Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, that is true. You have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. You do have now. You have that.
And all the pachinko games.
Yeah, but those are going out of style. Maybe that's why they're not trying to buy it, because they don't want to have them deal with the money of like Japanese pseudo gambling. Microsoft's like, I don't know what that is.
Listen, if you buy Konami, you also get all their Yakuza debts.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Is that why is that why no one's bought Sega? Because like Phil Harrison or whatever's not getting his dragon tattoo. He doesn't have his heat meter built up yet.
The Yakuza are grandfathered in, so you have to...
Yeah, you're like, if you buy Sega, then technically Microsoft is responsible to like the Kiryu clan.
Yep.
The Togo clan.
You didn't buy Sega, the Yakuza got Microsoft.
Yep. New offer.
How about to eat with a bunch of Yakuza gangsters around them?
Oh, that'd be sick.
Just Phil Spencer like sitting in like the Hakata like stylings, just trading drinks with a Yakuza boss.
Yeah, that's the president of Sega.
No, Phil Spencer becomes the new underboss.
Yeah,
so
because
he doesn't have the tease anymore. Now he's like shirtless, tanned, and ripped, and he's got these tattoos on him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the sleeves.
Wearing a jacket.
yeah. But he could. They could,
Hello, gamers.
hello, gamers.
Hi, gamers.
I know some of you don't understand honor and family. What it means to be an Xbox gamer.
Reggie Fils-Aimé comes back.
Oh yeah, he can have a sweet fight with him.
Yeah.
They have to hire Reggie back because Nintendo now needs like its own Yakuza tough guy fighter.
They need their
Reggie's the only alliance.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Oh, Reggie. Yeah, the Reggie Anywhere system.
Oh.
Oh, I'm invested.
Oh. I mean, listen, we're about to come up to the point where it's just going to be the video game company.
And then you're gonna have to go into. Well, we didn't have time for this week, but we'll be talking about it next week because it's like we're getting close to an hour. But man, let me tell you, Space Station 13.
Oh, it's insane, isn't it?
I have a lot to say about Space Station 13.
Oh yeah, no, let's save this for next week.
That is my teaser topic. I'm still trying to figure. Oh boy.
You're not going to listen. It's going to take you like weeks to figure out. I barely understand anything, but I can move around pretty well. That's it.
I learned how to drive the floor buffer yesterday. It was
I learned how to use guns and like specific weapon items, and I know how to like mop up the floor so it gets real slick and people fall on it.
Yep. Oh yeah. That was. Oh, we'll talk about Space Station 13. But let me tell you, if you want to escape the AAA games, you gotta get real in there.
I keep thinking this is 13 Sentinels, and it's not.
No,
No, it's not.
no, it is not. It is definitely not. Also, you should probably check out on Steam. There is the Project Unity station, which you should check out that one. That's what they're trying to make it in like Unity. So that it actually runs correctly, but we'll get there. We'll get that. That's the teaser. The teaser is Space Station. I can say, I did because the reason I checked out Space Station 13 because I was watching Mandalore videos at 1 a.m. as I usually do, and I tried Unfortunate Spacemen, and Unfortunate Spacemen seems cool. There's just no one playing it, so I can't recommend that one. And I will get to Space Station 13 next time. But that's what's been consuming my life is trying to figure out that game. I don't think I talked about my Yu-Gi-Oh! Prognosis last week, so I'll do it now. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a good card game. I understand what modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like. I would compare it to like... Yu-Gi-Oh! Feels like the Marvel 2 to Marvel 3 of card games. Where it is very fast, it's very quick, but you gotta play it like it's its own game. You can't play Marvel 2 like Street Fighter. It ain't gonna work. And you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Like old Yu-Gi-Oh! It ain't gonna work. I also think it has some problems of like, just in general card games where you need to be at like the same level of card acquisition as your play group. Because otherwise, I think the card game falls apart. Like if everyone's scrounging together whatever they can, then you're gonna have a good time. But if one guy has like the meta deck, you will not.
Someone bought their deck online.
Yeah, because like I remember when it was the Books a Million, there's always like that one or two kids, and they'd show up with like, here's like my $200 tourney deck, and then they would just kill you instantly, and no one wanted to play with them.
Yep. So then it turns into, everyone's playing this huge, massive game, and, we're just going to kill them first.
Yeah, you can't, everyone's going to get them. Just everyone attack. I also think, but yeah, that's basically been what I've been doing. I've been messing around with Final Fantasy. I watched a playthrough of the Pokemon Arceus game. Like, I watched streams of it, and it looks good. It just looks...
Oh, yeah. Like I actually played it with my friend. It feels pretty cool.
It's like I like it, but it's horribly ugly. That game is like very ugly. It is
Very.
it's a nasty looking game, and not like the good kind of nasty. It just looks like unfinished.
So listen, I will take ugly from all the systems they put into it, because there's like Monster Hunter scrounging mechanics.
Well, yeah, like I see, like you're going and you're like gathering, and then you can like just throw a Pokeball at a Pokemon and it catches it. And you don't have to like do like your RPG battle transition. You just like throw your Pokemon at him and it just goes.
Oh no, like all the ride ones too.
Oh
Where you,
yeah, I
like,
saw.
get
Yeah, it's like you just instant swap. You're just like boom. You're riding like your horse or your eagle or your fish.
You get one that like helps you climb up stuff. You're fucking breaking ore, so you can get the minerals out of it.
Yeah.
Here's what is it? There's Dark Souls boss fights in it as well.
Yeah, I saw one boss fight against like an electrode or whatever, and
Yeah.
it was like has like phases where like you have to like dodge crap, and then you have to like once it gets tired, you have to have a Pokemon fight with it, and then you can damage it with like your like incense, and then like
Yeah, you gotta keep throwing your little balls at it.
yeah, it's cool. It seems cool. I think that's an interesting way for Pokemon to go. I think they just need to like tighten up the graphics in level 3.
Yeah.
I think there's some level 3 graphics tightening. That's all I got for this week. That's a thing. Unless anyone has anything right before we go, this is your final chance. This is the last 30 seconds.
No, I got everything out.
No, I got everything, I think. There was something else, but I don't know what it is. So
It'll show up as soon as I click not recording, so I'm gonna click. We're gonna stop it, and then you'll remember it later days.
Yeah, later days.